and thanks for tuning in to eWeb Styles Unknown Secrets of SEVO website analysis. What is that? A SEVO analysis is where it stands for Search Engine Visitor Optimization, and that's basically where we figure out one, why your site isn't getting traffic, and two, how to convert that traffic into paying clients when they get there. How do you get that analysis done? You go to ewebstyle.com, you fill out the free website analysis form, put in some simple information, hit submit, and we may choose you to do your analysis. In this case, we chose the company. Wow, their title is bad. We chose the company Peritas Petroleum Engineers. They've submitted a form, and so basically, looking at the site right now, it's pretty clear what they do. Right, the image is very powerful. They do drilling or engineer for. I mean, the company's petroleum engineers, and so you see the offshore rig. It's pretty, pretty understandable what they do. But however, no one can find them on the internet. Why? Because they're lacking some of the things that they need for SEO. One, content. I can tell by looking at this paragraph of content here that there's not enough content to include the proper key phrases that they need. Scroll back up some. Then I'm also usually offshore drilling. You would think is a high dollar industry, and you would think that the site would have some more content, some more pages, some more information. And right now they only have home, services, and a job center. Let's go to services. Services looks like the same template, a different version of the logo, less content, and scroll down some, and some bullet points. And so, there's not really enough content on this site to suffice to make Google happy, or Yahoo, or Bing for that matter, in order to get the sort of ranking you need. Go back to the home page. One of the things that this site also lacks is contact information up front. There are no phone numbers. There isn't a contact page to click on. So if you wanted to contact PPE for services, how would you do that? They have information down at the bottom, email addresses, phone numbers, and this should be at the top. It should be in the header. You should be able to see it as soon as you land on the site. This should also be on the contact page. By default, people are accustomed to seeing contact us, and so everyone looks for contact us when they want to contact you. Let's go to Job Center. Company like this, they're probably hiring for sales consultants or somebody to kind of probe and figure out who needs their services, and they have a click here, which probably goes to an email Outlook link or something. And then not enough information about why they should be a consultant, the benefit of being a consultant, and things of that nature. So I think they should definitely really consider a redesign for the site, improve the navigation, come up with some more content, find some other images to kind of show what you do. I did read on the homepage where you talked about doing it not just on offshore, but land, deep water, and shelf. And so maybe you show these different sorts of types of images as well. We have some pretty good graphs down here. To be honest, I'm not sure what they are, and most people probably won't either. These are some of the services you offer. Those should be links to pages about those particular services. That way you could rank in the search engines for those services. So we're talking search engines. We use a tool here called SEO Quake. SEO Quake is the tool that kind of gives us some back-end information and pretty much tells us what the search engines see when they look at your site. And one thing they see is your domain name, and that's an issue. I tried to pull it up with just .com, and it redirects to slash this whole thing here, and I'm not sure why it does that. That's an issue. Your title is your partner for success. That has nothing to do with offshore drilling, land drilling, petroleum engineering. Your title is the most important part of your. That's the first thing that the search engine see, and that should have your most prominent, most powerful key phrase there. If you wanted to do some branding, you could include your company name there as well, which in your situation you might. Because when I think offshore drilling, I definitely would want to differentiate myself from my BP, people who had problems offshore. So you want to have your name there. You have no meta keywords, no description. The keywords, okay, Google doesn't look at them as much, really at all. Bing does, but you have no description. And when people search, including you, when you search, then those natural results, that description is pulled from this meta description. So that's a great place for you to put offshore drilling, land drilling, shelf petroleum engineering, blah blah blah. In regards to some more search engine stuff, you have no robots file, but you should have that. You don't have a sitemap, which in your case, not that big of a deal because you don't have that much content. But you need more content, and that'll come with needing a new sitemap as well. Search engines like to have at least 250 words on a page. Right now you have 110 on a home page, and their services page was less than that. And so that's not even half of the content needed to make Google appreciate or want to even consider ranking your site. The reason you need to have that much content is so you can have enough key phrases in your content. Right now, your key phrases that show up at least twice are services or engineers, experience. None of these phrases really identify what you do. And your two word phrases have experience or experience in. Don't really say anything about offshore drilling or land drilling or petroleum engineering. And so definitely increase your content, and not only increase that content, but make sure that it has the right phrases in the right density that you need on your site. Let's go back to the site. So yeah, in closing, I would say I would redesign the site. Definitely make your banner image smaller, improve your navigation, add a contact page, give some sort of CTA. Like, what am I supposed to do when I get here? Let's say I have some land and I'm looking for somebody to drill for me because I think I'm on oil. And I probably wouldn't find your site, but if I did, what do I do next? How can I contact you? What steps do I need to take? This sort of information should be on the site and pretty prominent as well. Also, that's a high dollar industry, so your site should reflect that as well. Right now, the site looks like it's fairly old.
Templated.
Yeah, it's old. It's templated. It's not really giving the image that you probably want to put out.
WellCat and Stress Check are just engineering software for designing, casing design.
Okay.
And so you see the stresses associated with as you're going down a piece of casing in an oil well. So you might want terms like WellCat engineer. Somebody might be searching for a WellCat engineer, and you provide that service. Stress Check engineer. Those trademark names that people might be searching for. It's interesting that those are things you do, but you don't have them as a list of your engineering services. I do WellCat design. I do Stress Check design. I do casing design with WellCat. There's a lot of opportunity to take advantage of the stuff that you do.
Yeah, casing design analysis.
It's great.
Another key phrase that should probably be in the content more than once. If you had it more than once, Quake would have pulled it as a key phrase.
It's an image.
Wow.
Yeah, it's an image.
That should be text.
That needs to be text. Yeah, absolutely.
That's why they didn't put it.
Exactly. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So that was it. Consider the redesign. It's something we could definitely help you with, and we'd like to figure out what your goals is, and move you to a better platform. So yeah, anybody else who sees this, you may have noticed any of our other podcasts. You come to our website, fill out the analysis request form. We'll choose you, and you can get your free SEVO website analysis. Thank you.